Hello viewers, I am Hasibul Hassan Shobuz. We have come up with a very interesting project idea, and this is Waterflow monitoring system and leakage detection using Arduino. We have seen in our research that there are many more illegal connections in Dhaka city, and for those illegal connections, the normal citizens in this city can get the assigned amount of water by Dhaka Wasa. And if our idea is implemented, we will be easily detect those illegal connections in Dhaka city. And our second target is detecting the leakage in the pipe underground. And we have seen that there are many more manpower and cost are needed to detect the leakage in pipe underground. And if our idea is implemented, then the cost and manpower will be decreased very easily. And we'll be describing our idea very briefly.
So this is our project, the water flow and pipeline leakage monitoring system. The first function of this project is that it can monitor if there is no flow of water or the pipeline is clogged inside. If this happens, the display will show the signal no flow. The second function is that it can monitor the normal flow of water. When the water flow is in the expected rate, the display shows that water flow normal. Besides, it can also measure the overflow of water. Here we created pressure in water flow, and it gives the result in the display, that is overflow. The last and a very important function is that it can detect if there is any leakage in pipeline. To test it, we created a small hole between two flow sensors. When the water started flowing and the water leak happened, our project successfully displayed about the leakage.
Hello, I am Mohammad Arman. I am going to explain the background study of our project. So why we do that, why we are working on this project, and the reason behind this is in the dwellers of the city, they are not getting water properly. They are facing so many problems from the perspective of Dhaka Wasa. So annual report of Dhaka Wasa says that they are providing a sufficient amount of water, which is 2,420 million liter per day. But the demand is in this city is 2,240 million liter per day. So we see that there is no shortage of water supply from Dhaka Wasa. But why the shortage is happening? The reason behind this is there is a huge number of illegal connections through the Wasa lines. Suppose a connection is allocated for 100 family, but for the illegal connection, the connection is divided into thousands lines. That's why every family do not get proper water. In recent years, if we see the newspapers, we see that in Mohammadpur, even the area Dhanmondi is also facing the water problem. Basically, in Ramadan, the problem is so much more than the other months of the year. Overcoming this situation, this problem, we hope that our project is a solution for this tremendous problem. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Mohibul Hossain. Now I am going to describe the three components that we have used mainly in our project. The first one is Arduino UNO. Arduino is a microcontroller which is used to control the peripheral device. It is mostly used in the physical and programming aspect in the project. There is a USB port where we can
insert our program from the laptop or PC, and this code will run inside this microprocessor. There is some pins. We can see there is analog and digital port. Mostly we have used the digital ports in our project. The digital ports are used as active, high and low to take these values. There is IC, and there is some ground, VCC and VSS, and there is a reset button where you can reset at any moment and all the values will be 0. The next component is the water flow sensor. This is a highly used water flow sensor. We can see in the coffee machine or any other device. It mostly contains the one rotor inside, and the outside body is plastic body. Whenever the rotor inside spins and the value is taken, and whenever the speed is uprising, the value of the flow sensor is also uprising. And there is 3 wires. We can connect it with our microcontroller, and it will give the value in the process. And lastly, we have used an LED display. It is a 2-line display with 16-bit characters. We can show 2 lines of strings in our LCD display. So we have used in 1 line to show the 3 main aspect of the project, and the second line is for the speed of the flow sensor. And these 3 components are circuited together in a breadboard and with some words. That's all from me. Next we will discuss the circuit diagram whole.
Hello everyone, I am Samin Yasser Siam. Now I am going to describe the circuit of our project. So this is our whole project. As you can see, we have used 3 different components. These are our flow sensor. This is the Arduino, this is the microcontroller that we used, and this is the LCD. First, we have connected the 2 flow sensor with the digital pin 2 and 3 of the microcontroller. Because only 2 and 3 in Arduino UNO can support the attach interrupt function that we have used to collect the data from the flow sensor. And we also have used the ground and power port of these 2 sensors with the 5-volt power port of the Arduino UNO. This is our connection of the flow sensor. Now we have connected also the LCD display with the digital pin 4 to 7 with the D pin 4 to 7 of the LCD display, and we have connected the other ports, the VSS, VDD, V0 and all other necessary ports with necessary outputs. And we also have used a variable register to control the contrast of the LCD, so the display, we can see the display. Now I'm going to describe the algorithm that we have used to determine our outputs. We have 3 different outputs that are waterflow, normal waterflow, overflow and leak. I'm going to explain how we come up with these 3 outputs. We have used 2 waterflow sensors in one pipeline of a building, and there is a waterflow sensor that is near to the tank, that is the water tank, and there is another waterflow sensor that is near to the building, which is the customer's building. And we have taken the values of the water flow in the tank near flow sensor and saved it after some iterations, and saved it the value. And when the water flow gets to the second sensor, which is closer to the building of the customers, we have compared with the first value if it is the same or low or high. If it is the same or kind of same, which we have determined a value that will compare and give us the output water flow normal. If somehow they use a motor to take more water than necessary, which is naturally flowing from the tank, it will be determined by the second flow sensor, and it will be increased from the first value that has been naturally collected. And we will compare that, and it will give us a overflow. And how we have come out with the leak is that if there is a leak between the 2 water flow sensor, there will be water flow difference with the 2 individual flow sensors, and the second flow sensor will always be lower than the first flow sensor. It cannot be higher. So if that difference occurs, we have determined that the water flow is there is a leak in the pipeline. That's all our algorithm. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Akil Ahmed, and now I'm going to talk about the limitation of our project. We have tried to develop the water flow and pipeline leakage monitoring system using a microcontroller, water flow sensor and a LCD display. We have taken the data of water flow sensor with the attach interrupt function, which gives the real-time data. In Arduino UNO, the digital pin 2 and 3 takes the attach interrupt function. However, it cannot execute the data simultaneously. So that is the problem, that we cannot get the data of the two sensors simultaneously. And if we could overcome this problem, if we can use another microcontroller that can take the data simultaneously, by that way we can get our leakage problem accurately. That was all about our project. Thank you very much.
If you have any question regarding to our project, feel free to ask.